Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is part three. Oh my God! Hold on, my fault, my fault. This is part three of what if Sasuke and Naruto were twins. We left off with Sasuke and Naruto. They woke up in Tamami. His name is not Tamami. I keep saying that Matabi or something like that. Mindscape. And they woke up in their Mindscape. They have the two tails. Shikamaru, Kiba, and Lee were talking trash and stuff on their birthday, and they got beat and so then they went home. Then they went to sleep. Then they woke up in their Mindscape, like subscribe and noti, and turn on notice. And they went to sleep. And then they woke up in their Mindscape. And Tamambi said, "Well, did you think you have to do those kids dirty?" And they were like, "What? What do you mean?" "Yesterday." And they were like, "Oh." Then they were like, "Yeah, they deserved it. They never talk trash on the iconic duo." And then Naruto's like, "Yeah." and then let's just say Kakashi knocked onto their door and said the council wants you. And then Naruto and Sasuke ran and said, "For what?" And he said, I don't know. And then he went to the council. And the council was talking about doing the CRA. It's a thing you gotta do, like, to get a whole bunch of girls and stuff. And Naruto and Sasuke said, "What is the CRA?" And then they explained what the CRA was, and they were like, "You really think we can do that?" And they said, "Yes. You are old enough now. You're 18. And they were like, "Yeah, but like, come on, dude." Then they were like, "You're gonna have to find a couple people, at least 6 girls." And they were like, 6? What is this? What do you think I am, a crazy man? And then they were like, "Well, yes, we do." Then they were like, "Okay." And then they were like, "But only one person can do it." They were like, "No, I'm not doing this." And then they were like, "You have to." For dang it. Never mind all of that. Rewind. Act like you never heard all of that. Okay, let's start off with Itachi. Just remember all of that, but like, don't play it into view right now. I'm so dumb. But anyways, Itachi's point of view. Itachi got a message from Danzo, and then he went to Danzo, and then Danzo was talking about the massacre and all of that. And let's just say the massacre happened, and then they had to kill Itachi, and they found Itachi and said, "Itachi, I'm sorry, bro, but you killed all of our family. You have to pay." And Sasuke and Naruto were crying, and Itachi said, "I know." And he said, "What made you do this?" And he said, "I can't say." He said, "Tell me, you're gonna die anyways. It doesn't matter." And he was like, "Danzo." And then Naruto hurried up and stabbed Itachi. And then he said, "One of the councils did this." And then let's get back into and then the council called them because they were talking about all of that stuff. And the things that I was saying, the CRA and stuff, they told them they had to do the CRA and stuff. And all of that stuff I just said, I messed up. But they did all of that stuff, and they did all of that stuff, and then they had to do the CRA. So they had to find a lot of girls, and it was their lucky day. Well, it was their lucky day because they already knew what to do. And then they were talking about only one man could do it, and they were like, "No, we cannot do this, please, no." And then they were like, "Well, it's only one man." And then Naruto took up and said, "I'll do it." And then Sasuke said, "No, I'll do it." And then they said, "Well, 2 of you can't do it." And then they were like, "You can do it, Sasuke." And then Sasuke was like, "No, you can do it, Naruto." Then they were like, "Dang it." And then they were like, "I can do it." And then Sasuke pointed back at Naruto. And then they were like, "I thought we were thinking the same thing." And then Naruto's like, I made a last second change. And they're like, dang it. And then Naruto had to do it, and they said, great, Naruto. Naruto was like, dang it, in his head. And then he had to do the CRA. And then Sasuke said, I have an idea. You know them guys who were trash talking on us yesterday? You know Kiba, right? And Naruto was like, yeah. He has a sister. And then Naruto was like, where are you going with this? And he has a mom. Sasuke. And then he was like, why don't you choose two of them? And he was like, doesn't that seem kind of dirty to you? And he was like, nope, not at all. And Sasuke, and then Naruto was like, you're a very bold man. And then Sasuke said, yes indeed. Yes indeed, yes indeed I am. Hell, bro. My fault. and then they said, well, how will we get it? And then Naruto and Sasuke came up with a plan. And like they weren't in the council office no more. They were talking at their house and said, I have a plan. We be nice and act like gentlemen. And then, boom, we strike. And then Naruto's like, good idea, Sasuke. But who should I go for first? I would say the girls. And it was their lucky day because, like, Naruto and, like, Sasuke, they were twins, so they were about to get axed out anyways. But, let's just say Sakura and Ino, like, Naruto and Sasuke. Let's just say Sakura and Ino were twins in this one, too. But I'm not going to get into, like, details and all of that stuff. Let's just say their hair was blonde or something. I don't know. I don't know. Their hair was... Pink would look dumb on Ino. That's why I'm saying blonde. And so, they were blonde. And so, no, they heard two knocks on the door, and then they opened the door, and they saw Sakura and Ino standing at the door, and they were like, yo, what's up? And then Naruto said, who is it, bro? Oh, you should come see yourself. And he body flickered to the door, and he hit his head. He was like, ow. And then Sasuke said, you're an idiot. Then he said, no, I'm not. And then Sasuke body flickered and said, I have full control over it. And then he smacked his head, and he was like, and then Naruto started laughing and said, I thought I was the dumb one. And then Sasuke said, shut up. And then they asked, what did Sakura and Ino want? And they told him that they liked them. And then Naruto and Sasuke obviously thought the same thing. They said, oh, this is our lucky day, dude. We hit the jackpot. And then Naruto and Sasuke, they both said, yeah. And then they said, oh, well, anything else? And they said, well, we were planning on a double date. And they said, oh, hey, yo, can you shut up, bro? But never mind. They said, we can go on a double date. And then they said, okay. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, we'll be ready in a minute. Then Naruto and Sasuke hid up and ran upstairs. And they were like, this is our big opportunity. And then they were like, definitely. Oh, God. Then they were like, definitely. And it was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. We can do this. And then they were like, alright, we hit the jackpot. Now let's do it. Alright, they did everything they needed, and then they went to... Hey, yo, stop screaming, bro. And then they were like, they put in their stuff and stuff. And then they did all of that. And they did all that stuff, and they were like, yes. Yeah, boy. He irritated. they put in their stuff and they put on their stuff and all, and then they were like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and then they were like, they was doing all that stuff, and Naruto and Sasuke were like, all right, you have to do this. Then they were planning on smashing on the first night, and they were like, okay, we have to do this only once, one time thing only. And then Naruto said, yes, one time thing only. And then we break up with them. And then they were like, yes, but doesn't that seem kind of cruel? Then they said, then Naruto and Sasuke said, yeah, it doesn't seem that cruel. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, I guess we should stick with them because they asked us out. Then he said, yeah. What about the other girls? Wait, I have an idea. What if we don't need multiple girls? He said, what do you mean? Maybe we just smash them too, and we just get infinite babies. And they were like, that's a good idea. But what if we want to mix clans? Our clan needs to be the strongest. And they were like, it really doesn't matter about the clans. Who cares? And then they were like, yeah, who really cares? They're gonna be strong just like us anyways. So, let's do it. And then they went on a date and all. Naruto and Sasuke was saying some cool punchlines. And they were saying like nice punchlines. Bro, I'm about to lick up a punchline right now just to go with the style. Alright, I found the funniest one. And they said this funny punchline at the same time. They were like, if you were fruits, then you guys would be called pineapples. Like, bro, it's a weird punchline, but I don't care. I just need something to go with the flow, you know, bro. And then they started laughing and giggling and then stuff. And then they ordered their food, and then Naruto and Sasuke said, we'll pay. And then they were like, no, that's fine. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, we'll pay. And then they saw how dull they got, and they said they thought they got sound kind of tense. And then it was just like I don't know. And he was like, and then they were like, okay. And then Naruto and Sasuke bought the food and stuff. And then they thought that they were pretty nice guys. And they said, well, and then after the date, they said, we'll walk home. And they said, do you want us to walk with you? Sakura and Ino said. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, if you want to, it's really... Hey, yo, chill. It's really not that big of a question. And then they said, sure, if you want to, or whatever. And then Sakura and Ino followed them. Shut up, bro. Sakura and Ino followed them. And they went to Naruto's and Sasuke's modern house. And then they said, why are you so obsessed with blue? And they said, well, no reason. We'll tell you when we get the chance to. And then they smashed this. And the next day, Sakura and Ino woke up in, let's just say, Ino woke up in Naruto's bed and Sakura woke up in Sasuke's. No, let's switch it. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, don't do this to me. Why are you doing this to me? Why? I did this to myself. Let's just say, yeah, let's just go with that. And then they're like, wait, what are we doing here? And Naruto and Sasuke were still asleep. And then they woke up like 30 minutes before them. And then when they went downstairs, they saw Sakura and Ino cooking. And then they were like, wait, I thought you two were going. And then they were like, no, we stayed back here. And then they cooked breakfast. And then he went upstairs to go to go get Sasuke, and Sasuke was up, and then Naruto was like, we got some nice ladies here. And then Sasuke was like, why did you say that? And he said, go downstairs now. And then Sasuke went down there and then saw that they were cooking. And then he ran back upstairs and said, you're right. And then he said, I don't think we should do it. And he said, yeah, me either. The CRA is canceled. And we only do it with those two. And then he said, yeah, that seems a lot fair. Let's just say 2 months later, let's just say, got pregnant or something. No, let's just say 2 years later when they 20 or something. And then she got pregnant, and then Naruto's like, and then they found out that she was pregnant because she took a test or something. Let's just say that. And then they went to the hospital, and let's say they gave birth, and it was a I don't know. I think it should be a boy, but I think it should be a girl also. I don't know. Why am I putting myself in this situation? I don't know nothing. Let's just say it was a girl. I'm gonna just go with that. Naruto, he had a lot of responsibility on his hands, and it was like, let's just say by then Kakashi was Hokage. Let's just say Kakashi was Hokage by then. No, let's just say Tsunade was Hokage by then. And then Kakashi graduated them, and let's just say everybody knew by then, knew that they were dating by then. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't know. And then they were like, congratulations and stuff. And Naruto stuff, Naruto had a whole bunch of stuff they had to do on their heads, and they had to focus on the baby. Let's just say when the baby turned 1, that's when they really could do some stuff, some free stuff. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, oh man, I think we got ourselves into something. And then they said, yeah. Then Sasuke said, what do you be doing, dude? I feel like you slack off. And then he said, what did you say that for? We started at the same time. He said, we have literally a telepathic, we have telepathic minds. How can you not? And he said, well, it's not like you're better or something, huh? And then they stopped the discussion and said, yeah, okay, let's just go on the mission. And then they went on the mission to go. Let's just say they went on. No, I'm not gonna say they went on a mission. I'm gonna just say they had to do some stuff. And then when they were done, they stayed there at their house. And let's just say after that, let's just time skip 2 years. No, 3 years. So the baby is gonna be 4 by now. No, 4 years. Let's time skip 5 years. Let's time skip 5 years. So the baby is gonna be 6 by now. And Naruto started training when he was 8, but he wanted to train her early. So he started training his daughter, and I don't know what I should name him. Something Uchiha. Something Uchiha. Something Uchiha. I'm gonna make up her name. I'm gonna make up the kids' names. Next, what's her name? name should be something Uchiha. Like, other than that, I don't know. I don't know why my comments be turned off. Like, it's kind of irritating. But, like, let's just say it was, like, kill. And, like, she learned a whole bunch of things. And, like, let's just say she learned some things throughout that year. Let's just say she learned a lot of things throughout that year. And then 2 years later, when she was, I said she was 8, and then 1 year passed, and then 2 more years passed. So she was, I said she was 6. So she was 9 now, and she knew about everything. And so, like, she was like one of the strongest girls in our class. Let's just say she was the strongest. She had the highest scores and all of that stuff. And Kakashi was there. Not Kakashi, bro. I don't know. Like, bro. Let's just say Kakashi, regular. And they knew everything about Kakashi and all of the other senseis and stuff, all of that. And they, no, actually, let's just say Sasuke's daughter was born, like, when she was 6. So Naruto's daughter is 6 years older than Sasuke's. And so she would be, if she was about, like, 8, then she would be 2. So then they passed the academy. She did a whole bunch of missions and all of that stuff. And I forgot how old Naruto is. Itachi's dead. Bro, they're around like 20 or 30. I'm not gonna cap. I think I should change that. But let's just say, let's time skip 3 more years. Let's just say they have 4 more daughters or something. And, like, this probably gonna be the final. Cause, like, bro, I don't know what to do with this anymore. And let's just say, bro, I want to shorten this so bad. Okay, I'm gonna shorten this whole thing again. Like, my fault, like, because I didn't know. I feel like I'm dumb for doing it. But let's shorten it, like, back to when they were 19. Let's just say when they had their kids, they were both 19, and then the girls were, like, twins or whatever. Or, like, they were, like, cousins or whatever, but they were born on the same day or whatever. And they had the same birthdays and stuff. And I don't know their names or something, bro, but, like, let's just say everything I said, but both of them have done it. They were in the same class, and Kakashi was both of their sensei, and all of that, bro. Y'all gotta compute this. My fault, but, like, this is definitely my fault. But I compute this. So, like, they were, so let's just say they were 26. So let's just say they were 26 about now, I'm pretty sure, when all of this happened. And let's just say all of that happened and all of that and all of that, and then they eventually turned 30. And all of it happened. This might be the final. And then all of this happened, and blah, 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 blah. And then, let's just say they trained them some more. And let's just say the cousins of Naruto and Sasuke's daughters, they became a duo. Let's just say that. And they let's just say by now they have, let's just say they instantly got the 3 Tamari like Naruto. And Sasuke, I forgot to tell y'all, but he been had the eye. I should have told y'all that in part 2. But I don't think, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm actually slow, like, right now. And let's say by now they both had the Rinna Sharingan. It's like a Rinnegan and a Sharingan at the same time. And let's just say they both had it, and it was in both of their eyes. Now, let's just say in one eye it was a Rinnegan, and then the other eye it was a Rinna Sharingan. No, let's just say in the other eye it was ETMS. No, it's EMS, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, yeah. They both had an Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in their right eye, and then in their other eye they had a with a Sharingan. And this story is like a mess, bro. But I think this might be the last of it, and then I'm about to make a part 5 of what if Naruto faked his death. And they like this one gonna be longer. I reckon, and I don't know for sure. Like and like all of, I just forgot where I left that. And then that happened. They were like, kind of doing stuff. And Naruto and Sasuke, they were proud. And then let's just say Naruto had 5 more kids and Sasuke had 4. And let's just say some of them weren't the same age and some of them were. And their birthday were around the same time. But like I'm not naming all of them. And then they continued their sister's legacy from Naruto Sasuke, and then Sasuke and Naruto got their legacy, and then just kept happening, blah 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 blah. And then the CRA happened, and the full Uchiha or whatever was finally back, and the CRA was complete, or CRA or whatever. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing with the story at this point. Like, this is the final. And they were like, then the war happened. Naruto and Sasuke contact all of their daughters and siblings. I mean, not all of their daughters and daughters and sons. And they contacted all of them. And then their daughters and sons came back, and the whole village fought pain. And like the Uchiha family basically just obliterated pain. And that's a good thing. No, let's say the move they obliterated pain with is the Ultra Shidori. So let's just say the whole family made a Shidori. And then they collided all the Shidoris and killed Pain. Bro, that's kind of sick, no cap, bro. That's sick, bro. You can't cap that sick. And then Madara, Obito, all of them, that reincarnation or whatever, the war came. And this might be like a long one. I'm gonna say this is a long one. And so Madara and them, they were like, Obito, all of that stuff happened where that black guy got into Madara and like took over Madara's body. And then let's just say we start off at the point where the Ten Tails got revived and they shot a big tailed bomb at them. And then they used the Two Tails Matambi or something like that. I forgot his actual name. And the Two Tails came out and absolutely destroyed the Ten Tails. Let's just say the Two Tails was absolutely stronger than the Ten Tails right now. Let's just say the Two Tails got way stronger than the Ten Tails, all of the Tails. And let's just say all of that junk happened, and it was like crazy. And then he shot the biggest beast bomb, and it built like a big crater, like where you could, like, if you looked down, you could see like lava and stuff. So like they broke a whole bunch of the earth, and it was just like a crater there. And then they named that the Uchiha family lava or something like that. Let's just say the Uchiha's lava. Yeah, something like that. The Uchiha's lava. And they named that. And that was like a shrine to appreciate the Uchiha. And like it was a shrine to appreciate them. Shut up, bro. It was a shrine to appreciate them. And Naruto and Sasuke and all of them, they appreciated the shrine. And Naruto and Sasuke, they went their ways for about 2 years. And I'm not keeping track with all these years. I don't care how old they are. Like, they like 40 now. I don't care. And then Naruto became Naruto and Sasuke became Hokage. Let's just say that. And then Naruto and Sasuke had a battle, and they had to do it away from the village because they knew they could potentially destroy the village. And everybody wanted to see who the best Hokage was, but they had to stay at safe distance so they wouldn't get hurt. And then they started fighting. Naruto and Sasuke both used the Chidori, and then Naruto and Sasuke put the Chidori away because they knew what could happen. And Naruto, he used this Rinne Sharingan and did that teleport move, teleported behind Sasuke. Then Sasuke teleported away with his Rinne Sharingan, and like they both was using their Rinne Sharingan and EMS because they knew they were both strong. And then they were like, "Oh, we will get you." And then they did all of it. And then Sasuke was like, "We will get you, dude." And then Sasuke said, "No, I will get you." And then they started fighting. And then Naruto came in with a kick. Then Sasuke grabbed his kick and tried to twist it. And he said, "You know we're too strong for that." Punched Sasuke. And like he did that. And then Naruto used, let's just say they have fire style, lightning style, and wood style. And Naruto used wood style, and Sasuke warped it away with his Rinne Sharingan. And then Naruto teleported behind him and Almighty pushed Sasuke really fast. Like he was in the middle of the Almighty push. And then he used the teleport move, and right when he did Almighty push, he teleported and hit Sasuke in the back. Then Sasuke flew into a tree, and then Naruto did Almighty pull and pulled him and kicked him in the back. And then Sasuke said, as Sasuke was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Naruto, little brother, you know I'm stronger than you." He said, little, you are like a second faster. And we were born on the same day. And then Sasuke said, "I was first though, making me typically older by like 3 seconds, dude." And he was like, "Yeah, older by like 3 seconds, buddy. I don't care. I'm still older by 3 seconds." And he was like, "Who cares about 3 seconds? We're still twins." And then Sasuke said, "I put you off guard, brother." And he almighty pushed Naruto into a tree or whatever. And then he almighty pulled him and kicked him. He said, "Using my own move against him." And then he warped away. He teleported away. And he said, "Where did he go?" And then he looked above, behind, side to side, like he looked everywhere. And then he said, "No way, the Kakashi?" He said, "The Kakashi?" And then he looked down and saw like the ground was getting up, and then something just put his foot down, and it was Naruto. And then Naruto used his tiger summoning, and then used the tails cloak, the two tails cloak, and then Sasuke did the summoning and used his two tails cloak, and they were like, "Ha! Who is stronger?" And then Naruto and Sasuke, they were like going against each other, trying to push each other, and then the tiger were doing that like too. They were like pitting their paws against each other and trying to push. Then Naruto said an almighty push, and then boom, Sasuke flew back, and then the tigers hurried up and fell back and hurried up and catched Sasuke. And then all the other tigers, boom, hit the other tiger and knocked him away from Sasuke. And then Naruto found his move. And Naruto was about to do a devilish move. Then he teleported. Then he teleported behind Sasuke and tackled him. Hold up, I gotta do something real quick. And then he tackled Sasuke. Sasuke said, "Little bro, you think you can beat me?" He said, "Stop calling me little bro." Then he punched Sasuke, and he said, "Shidori." Boom! It hit Sasuke with the Shidori. Then Sasuke said, "Isn't that a bold move to hit your brother with?" He said, "I don't think so. I knew you could live that." He said, He said, "Oh, you can live that? That was full power, you idiot. That could have killed the tigers. The tigers are way too strong. You know our summoning are way too strong. You know they can't be killed like that." So for them, that attack was kind of puny. And then the tigers say, "Yep." And then like the tigers are very, very strong. Bro, stop going. You're a crybaby, bro. I'm just playing. But what's up, bro? You good? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. And like and then he like they never fight, and then Naruto punched them. And then Sasuke, he said, "Okay." And then he said, "Almighty push." He pushed the ground, and the ground, he pushed the ground, and the ground, like, it didn't explode, but it made a big crater, and it launched Naruto back into, let's just say 5 trees. Let's just say he went through 5 trees. Boom, 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 boom. And then Naruto said, wood style jutsu. And Sasuke said, wood style, where? And then he didn't even know where the wood style was coming from. And then he realized that was a wood clone. He said, "No, that's a wood clone. There's no way." And then the real Naruto was behind him, punched him, and then the wood clone used wood style and punched Sasuke in the face. He said, "Little bro, your tactics are impeccable." And he said, "And Naruto, you think you can beat me?" And Naruto said, "Nope, not a chance. If anything, I thought we were going to get in a tie. But at this rate, I think you should just forfeit." He said, "Always getting cocky, little bro." I don't remember me ever saying I got cocky. As he punched Sasuke, he said, "What?" And he said, "Oh, if you don't know, by the way, I'm underground." As he grabbed Sasuke's foot and pulled him down to the ground. He said, as he was falling, he said, "How?" He said, "Those are all my wood clones." He said, "You tricky bastard," as he pulled him down and punched Sasuke. He said, "Oh man, Sasuke, you're giving this to me too easy." And then Sasuke unlocked 2 Rinna shotguns. He unlocked 2 of them. And Sasuke said, "What?" Hey, Naruto. And then Sasuke said, "I have 2 now." And then he said, "Almighty pull." And he had 2 shadow clones, one on this side. He had 4 shadow clones. One on the east, one on the west, one on the south and east. He did it from all directions. And they are the almighty pull, and they were pulling Naruto apart. And Naruto said, "Almighty push." And he used his feet to jump off the ground. And Sasuke said, "Oh, I never knew you could do that." And Naruto was like, "Almighty pull." And then he pulled the ground up, and he saw Sasuke in the ground. He said, "Oh, Sasuke, you thought that would work on me?" And then he brought Sasuke to him, and then he kicked the piece of ground that was floating in the air, and then Sasuke, the ground broke into little pieces, and then Sasuke jumped on the little ground. Then Sasuke said, then Naruto said, "Almighty push," and pushed it down. He pushed all of the ground down, and he said, "What?" And then Sasuke fell all the way to the ground. And he and he was just laying on the ground like this. And he was like, well, y'all can't see me, but anyways. And then Naruto came down, said, "Oh my," pushed and pushed right into Sasuke's stomach. And Sasuke said, "Huh, you think this will work?" And then Naruto and Sasuke both made some shadow clones, and then they used the transformation jutsu, and they both transform into like all the shadow clones transformed into like different people. They transform into like Obito, Orochimaru, like the people that they encounter. And they said, that didn't work, obviously. And like they were both in front of each other, but the shadow clones were hidden, and they both knew that that they both used transformation jutsu, and they were like, dang it, and they were mad, and then they were like, huh, we need something else. And then Naruto and Sasuke made shadow clones, but they were like really hidden because they were underground. Then two shadow clones went to Sasuke, and then two shadow clones went to Naruto. And then Naruto's shadow clones grabbed Sasuke and pulled him on the ground, and they were holding his feet. And he was like, "Let me out, god dang shadow clone." And then Naruto cinched Sasuke's and jumped up in the air. He said, "Oh, you're copying my move now." As he hurried up and ran to Sasuke really fast, like let's just say he teleported, and Almighty pulled the ground. And as he was kicking, he Almighty pulled the ground and hurried up and kicked, and he kicked Sasuke. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, "This wouldn't be fair without the Uchiha fam." And he said, "We should each pick two more members." And Naruto picked his first daughter and his third daughter. And Sasuke picked his first son. No, Naruto picked his first daughter and his second son. Let's just say that. And Sasuke picked two of his daughters. And then, let's just say Naruto's part of the family absolutely obliterated Sasuke's. But Naruto and Sasuke were still up. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, "I want to duel it out with my brother at the same time." And they were like, "Oh, okay," as their family said. And then they backed up. And then they watched them from close range. And then Naruto and Sasuke said, "It's only one way to settle this, and you know what I mean." Then Naruto and Sasuke said, "Chidori." And then their family backed away and hurried up and ran away. And then Sasuke and Naruto said, "This is only the real way to settle this." And then Sakura said they're gonna kill themselves. And then they hurried up and tried to run on the battlefield, but it was too late. Naruto and Sasuke had already collided their Chidoris. And let's just say Naruto and Sasuke both survived, but Naruto won because he got knocked out a second before Sasuke. So Sasuke fell out, and then Naruto was like, "I win," and then fell out as well. And then they went to the hospital, and like they had severe injuries, but mostly Sasuke because Naruto did most of the damage. And then Naruto was only in the hospital for 2 months, but Sasuke was in there for 5. And so they were like, and so it was pretty cool. And then let's just say it was a pretty cool fight. And then they left it there, and then they went home. Then let's just say Sasuke had four broken ribs and a broken leg. And Naruto had a broken arm, leg, and he had one broken rib cage. So I would say, yeah, Sasuke took most of the damage here, but Naruto took some damage too. And but they could still walk and stuff. Let's just say because they were really strong and like they didn't feel that much pain. And Naruto wouldn't walk on that leg, or he wouldn't use that arm. But let's just say they had like a cast. Both of them had a cast. Naruto had like, how would that work? Somebody with a broken arm and then one of their legs is broken and then they try to use crunches. That'd be kind of weird. Let's just say Naruto got a wheelchair or something, and then they got like a something wrapped around their stomach, and like that's where I'm probably gonna end it off. This might be the final, but in the title, if it says final, then this is the final. If it doesn't say final, then this is not the final. But I think I might make it the final, because like what else can I, like that's the only thing I have. I'm sorry if y'all wanted to see some more of this, and like I'm sorry if y'all wanted to see a better version of this, but like and subscribe with noties. Go check out some of my other what ifs, and check out Reese what ifs. Reese what ifs. If you don't know how to spell Reese, it's REACE, and then just what ifs. And go check out my gaming channel, Sir Claps. And I'll see you next time, and peace.